The endocrine system. Human physiology. Endocrine functions, hormones. Come from endocrine glands. Circulate in the bloodstream. Act on specific cells in the body. Endocrine system characteristics. Access to every cell. Each hormone acts only on specific cells, target cells. Only specific cells have receptors for specific hormones. Endocrine controls lower the nervous system. Endocrine and nervous systems interact. Steroid hormone action on a target cell. Figure 13.2. Classification of hormones, steroid. Steroid hormones. Lipid-soluble, chemically derived from cholesterol. Enter target cells. Activate specific genes to produce specific proteins. Slower acting than non-steroid hormones, minutes to hours. Non-steroid hormone action on a target cell. Figure 13.3. Classification of hormones, non-steroid. Non-steroid hormones. Water-soluble. Bind to receptors on target cell membranes. Work through intermediate mechanisms to activate existing enzymes. Faster action than steroid hormones, seconds to minutes. Example of a negative feedback loop. Homeostasis. Location of major endocrine organs. Figure 9.3. Slide 9.14. Copyright 2003 Pearson Education Incorporated, publishing as Benjamin Cummings. Hormones of the pituitary gland. Table 13.1. Hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary gland. Figure 13.7. Hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary gland. Connection to hypothalamus. Releasing and inhibiting hormones from hypothalamus travel to pituitary through pituitary portal system. Hormones. ACT stimulates adrenal cortex. TSH acts on thyroid gland. FSH, LH, prolactin, related to control of reproductive cycles and lactation. Growth hormone, widespread effects on body. Hypothalamus and the posterior pituitary gland. Connection to hypothalamus, hormones made in hypothalamus, stored in posterior pituitary. Hormones, nonsteroidal. Antidiuretic hormone, ADH, conserves water in kidneys, regulates water balance in body. Oxytocin, causes uterine contractions during labor and milk ejection through neuroendocrine reflex. Pituitary disorders: gigantism, hypersecretion of growth hormone. Pituitary dwarfism, hypersecretion of growth hormone. Pituitary gigantism. Pancreas, endocrine functions. Structures, islets of Langerhans. Hormones, nonsteroidal. Glucagon, made by alpha cells, raises blood sugar. Insulin, made by beta cells, lowers blood sugar. Location of major endocrine organs. Figure 9.3. Slide 9.14. Copyright 2003 Pearson Education Incorporated, publishing as Benjamin Cummings. Roles of insulin and glucagon in regulating blood glucose. Figure 13.9. Location of major endocrine organs. Figure 9.3. Slide 9.14. Copyright 2003 Pearson Education Incorporated, publishing as Benjamin Cummings. Adrenal glands, cortex. Adrenal cortex. Secretion, mediated through hypothalamus pituitary secretions. Hormones, steroidal. Glucocorticoids, cortisol, blood glucose regulation. Mineralocorticoids, aldosterone, sodium/fluid/urine, secretion of cortisol. Figure 13.10. Adrenal glands, medulla. Adrenal medulla, neuroendocrine organ. Secretion, sympathetic nervous system. Hormones, nonsteroidal. Epinephrine and norepinephrine, enhance function of sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. Roles of the hypothalamus and adrenal glands in the stress response. Figure 9.12. Slide 9.31. Copyright 2003 Pearson Education Incorporated, Publishing as Benjamin Cummings. Thyroid gland. Secretion, mediated through hypothalamus pituitary secretions. Steroidal hormones. Thyroxine, T4, and triiodothyronine, T3, both regulate production of ATP from glucose, affects metabolic rate. Calcitonin, lowers blood calcium levels, negative feedback control of thyroxine secretion. Figure 13.13. Homeostatic regulation of blood calcium concentration. Figure 13.15a. Homeostatic regulation of blood calcium concentration, CONT. Figure 13.15b. Parathyroid glands secretion, response to lowered blood calcium levels. Hormone, parathyroid hormone, PTH, nonsteroidal. Removes calcium and phosphate from bone. Increases absorption of calcium by the digestive tract. Increases renal retention of calcium and excretion of phosphate. Location of major endocrine organs. Figure 9.3. Slide 9.14. Copyright 2003 Pearson Education Incorporated, Publishing as Benjamin Cummings. Testes hormone, testosterone, steroidal, functions. Regulates development and normal functioning of sperm, male reproductive organs, male sex drive. Development of male secondary sex characteristics. Ovaries hormones, steroidal, and functions. Estrogen, initiates development of secondary sex characteristics, regulates menstrual cycle. Progesterone, regulates menstrual cycle, ovarian cycle. Figure 16.6. Disorders of the endocrine system. Thyroid. Hypothyroidism. Children, cretinism. Adults, myxedema. Hypothyroidism, Graves' disease. Adrenal glands. Addison's disease, failure of adrenal cortex, cortisol deficiency. Cushing's syndrome, excessive cortisol. Graves' disease, overactive thyroid.